Hi, my name is Lizzie Silver. I am in the ASL English Interpreting Program, and this is my second journal reflection. I know that my time serving and associating with the deaf community has been well spent this semester because I have seen it in two ways. The first of which is my ASL skills have greatly improved, and the second is that I've been able to see firsthand how my service has affected those that I am serving. One example of this was this semester we were able to work with the Parent Infant Program, or PIP, who specifically work with deaf and hard of hearing children and their parents. And I was able to go and help set up for an arts and crafts that we held. This event was held at the Museum of Curiosities at Thanksgiving Point, and they had rented out the whole museum and were allowing kids to run around with parental supervision. But our area was an arts and crafts area specifically set up to kind of give the adults a chance to take a break, nurse, rest, whatever they needed, because they had been chasing around their child the whole time. So we were able to set up an arts and crafts, and I was able to see how we had a deaf mentor with us. I was able to see how the interactions between the deaf mentor and the parents and the deaf child, how that communication looked. And that was very informational going forward with my interpreting, because I'm going to be in situations like that often. And I was also able to help out those parents and to serve them and to give them kind of a moment to rest. As a person who is engaged in the deaf community, I've been able to see many, many improvements in myself this semester. Specifically, I've been able to see improvements in my ASL skills with both production and comprehension, meaning that I'm able to produce ASL on my hands with a much faster rate and with less thought. I'm also able to comprehend ASL much better and clearer when I see it. I've also learned a lot about cultural awareness this semester. We are taught about cultural awareness and cultural differences between the hearing and deaf communities. And this is very useful to me going forward, especially as an interpreter. If there are situations in which there is a cultural difference that has created a misunderstanding, I need to be able to navigate that. And I have learned so much about it. And I do think that going forward, I would be able to navigate that. What I've learned about policy and governance this semester has helped me in my goal of being an ally for the deaf community, because now I know what it takes to be an ally for the deaf community. I know that I should be researching and keeping up with the latest information about policies and laws that affect the deaf community, and I should be working to pass that law. So that means I should be voting. I actually was a political science major. I got my bachelor's in that from the University of Utah. So I did know a lot about policies and laws. I have learned a lot about those in general, but I felt like learning about how they specifically target real people and a real community and seeing it more firsthand was very interesting to me. Specifically, there was one project that we did this semester in which we researched a law, and the law I chose was the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Amendments. This law was specifically so that the all Utah laws that pertain to what they called hearing impaired would change that wording to deaf and hard of hearing, because hearing impaired itself is a derogatory term. It has connotations to there being something wrong with the deaf or hard of hearing person, but the terms deaf and hard of hearing do not have those same connotations. This was very interesting to me. Specifically, I was able to read an article that had pictures of that law being signed, and it showed that many members of the deaf community had been in the room with the governor when he signed that. And I thought that that was very beautiful. And it also shows that the deaf community actively cares and has a lot of investment in these laws being passed.